The afternoon all. This is Tim, another film from the workshop. What I've done here is I've put the rear turret superstructure inside the printed tub, which Helimag Ken very kindly printed for me. And you'll note that there's a trap door in the bottom so that the rear turret gunner could kick the shells which were vented outside. Front turret, obviously they couldn't do that. And if I bring it down, you can see the exterior of the tub, which is painted in the factory finish of white. That still has some hatches to be glued on it when they arrive, just for a static display of the turret. What I'm going to do is close in here. Now you can see the Bowden cables that go from the control handles to the hydraulic stack, which ultimately fired the guns hydraulically. And then if I close right in here, you can see the plethora of pipes and hoses, which still need a little bit of tidying up, particularly the black hoses. What I've done over here, if I bring this in, this hose here is made out of the same PVC hose as actually drives hydraulics, but it's redundant, and that will be tucked away sort of over there behind this feature here. And there's the little distribution box. I really missed a trick on that actually. What I should have done is built the main hydraulic stack over here to incorporate the three-way valves for the pneumatics, and then connected the hoses up. That would have made life a lot simpler, and I think looked really good. So anyway, I've got a sort of master drawing of the turrets which incorporate lots of corrections and changes, so that if I ever build some more, they'll be much more accurate. So things like, you know, the problem areas in the turrets is that, working from the initial drawings I had, this area to the right of my finger shouldn't be there. So in other words, this line here should be shorter, and the top edge of this feature along here should be up at the top there. And there's a few other problems. These arms here, which connect the trunnions of the rams, should be set at 45 degrees below the horizontal, whereas I'd put them horizontal, so that's another area that was wrong. But I think they're pretty close. There's a tool pouch, including the removable arming wire, which has a loop on the end. Seat adjusters on the top, so that the seat would travel up and down in this slot here, and was on a worm gear connected to this handle, which would fold back and then could then be turned, which would raise or lower the seat to adjust it. I didn't bother putting all that on, and you'll see that the rear turret's got the unified chute for spent cases and links. What else? Let's have a... Yeah, so the other area that's actually wrong in this turret is there should be a flat face to the front of this. It didn't continue in this curve all the way around, it stopped about there, and I've redrawn those correctly. It's too late in the day to fit them. I've had to remove so much stuff to fit them, it's not really worth the effort. There's the hydraulic accumulator, is that long bar thing in the middle, which has various lines going off it. It wasn't possible really, because no two museum examples are the same, to get the pipework absolutely accurate, but I did my best with the sort of material available. So I think it's a fair representation, but it's not absolutely accurate. Now these pneumatic pipes will be routed around the underside of the turret basket out of the way, and then exit to the rest of the aircraft at some point. So there you go, that's both turrets essentially finished now. All the hydraulic stuff has been done, and here's the other one. And whoop, if I operate the syringes, it all moves inside its case. So the next thing to do is to recondition this box of tricks how it works, which is a Statcraft CNC router, and that'll be used to cut the original bits of MDF, which will then make a positive, which is then moulded, and then a further positive is made of that, and finally the I should say an undersized positive, so effectively it represents a space inside the perspex on the windows, and then hot perspex can be, that's its hutch. When it's working, it goes in there, and I get a lot more room in the workshop. Yeah, so window bashing is going to be next. A few little odds and sods on the wiring front to take care of, but basically they're done, which is very pleasing. 3.5 years after I started. If you've got any questions or interested in procuring some of these turrets or parts thereof, do get in touch, and I'll see what I can do. Yeah, so there you go.